I'm sitting here in Le Commedia Dante Alighieri, which I cannot translate, but I know somehow in the perpetual purgatorius method of almost like waking up each day. They made a movie about a Groundhog's Day where every day is exactly painfully the same, except that in this real life front faced version, it feels like the environment or the mode of habitat or terrarium, which is the acclimate one survives within via pressure systems, timing systems, sensation or sensation of pain, and different senses. The humans, they say, have five senses. It's sight, sound, smell, or olfactory, taste, and touch. And then there's the sixth sense, which is the connection within the galactic and the machine. And I'm thinking about Kinji, and then I'm thinking of G over man during a time of tea. In Transincidental. And then I'm thinking of my current medical condition, and I'm wondering if there's some mad king disease that I am being plagued with in a real way for things that I did not intend, could not see, and did not know how to avoid, quite frankly. I asked Alexa. At first, she came up with bovine, but that's mad cow. Alexa, what is mad king's disease?
Here's something I found on the web. According to TalkVietnam.com, while he was called mad, it's believed the king suffered from the blood disease porphyria, which attacks the central nervous system and can cause the symptoms he appears to have exhibited.
Porphyria, and that attacks the central nervous system. I am unclear. I mean, I feel like I am suffering from some version of this. I believe in my. It's just my belief, it's not necessarily whatever. It may have been what my grandmother had suffered from. They called the humans in North America referenced it as ALS, MS, almost like a combination, making it a Lou Gehrig's disease for her. But it attacked the central nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. So her motion and her automotion became more difficult and deteriorated, where her muscles no longer worked in any timing mechanic. They just became placid. Really frightening disease. So every day you wake up and you just don't know what function you're losing. And it's a long, drawn out, torturous process. I myself at this point have a gravitational pull problem and a plasmodic osmosis problem in the dark energy field, between cellular expansion and contraction intracellularly, interstitially. It's my own self-diagnosis, since I don't know how to find a Kingsman level or imperial whatever. Best I can, if I listen to the humans and I seek the words that they are that they use in a clinical format that they've been given permission to use, and I document my own personal loss of function or change in function. I don't have a official name for it, but it's not encephalitis. It's not a meningitis. It's not an encephalitis. It is a kinesthetic to intrinsic formula that has been rearranged, which goes back to the really scary part of autonautical and predestined, clandestine positioning being rearranged somehow by something very high up in importance is the only way I know how to describe those field members or familial members. But they're so important in things. How do you get a message through? What is the chain of command or the protocols in order to even seek out assistance for your other kin members that may be suffering of same whatever, and what you're currently experiencing through no fault of your own. I mean, especially in my situation, there's a monetary system, there's some approval of governance. We have a White House, we have a legislative, executive, and judicial branch, and the approval to have a treasury system or a monetary system with brethren elsewhere in some form of involvement. What I'm unclear of is how or where to ask for help in this 40-year denigrade system where the colonists I went to school with and grew up around have disappeared. I don't know how to track people down or hunt people down. I don't know how to, I don't even know if that's allowed. And I don't know of a service, but unless you pay for something, but I wouldn't know which of the colonists that I went to school with, who even got the highest in life, whatever, in order to address and ask these questions to. I mean, there's like no contact with anything when we passed President Reagan's fitness thing in elementary school. After we left, some people left during elementary school to Friends Academy and other places. And then there was like 7th grade. But it's like people came and went out of the school district, but they just disappeared into the world. Like, disappeared off the face of the earth. Just gone. And sometimes you can't even remember what their names were. I mean, those are the colonists. So now how do I even lean on my own colonists in specialized schoolhouse for help when they and their parents have just evaporated into thin air, and there's no length of communication or even check-in or even run-in since we left elementary school, middle school, and high school? How do the humans rely on those structures or false sense of structure? I mean, I don't even know. I mean, you're not allowed to go and stalk people from high school and stuff, I don't think. I mean, But I mean, I don't. How do you track something down? I wouldn't even know where to begin. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cataruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. Then I was also thinking today, I'm like, okay, so now you have a red and a blue state. So if I'm in a blue state, but I registered as a red, and I've always voted as red in a blue state, is that one of those quiet electoral college and lobbyist things where they pick you off and you catch mad cow's disease because you had freedom to make your own decisions? They just didn't disclose that they were going to take your health, family, and freedom for going against the current color of the state of they don't talk about in private things. I mean, that gets confusing also. That's where I don't know if you were gifted this governance and this treasury allowance or monetary system allowance with profile of familial members on the front face of each of the coins, and 3 color coded and 1 different metal, which could be a hair color. My father has that hair color. It gets confusing how to, if you get hurt in the field and there's no colonists around, how does one reach out or find them or ask for them to find without being hurt even further? It's like the cow that someone just let out into the pasture and forgot about is really what it feels like. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cataruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.